Hello guys, Save Live. So today we have my team prep versus Decem for week 1 of MLT. So I just want to kind of show like the kind of preparation that I do put into my games. Besides Wonka, I don't know, I should have put way more preparation in Wonka. That's just my fault, but we will soldier on because MLT is a tournament that I'm more concerned about than seasonals because I kind of signed up late. Well, not late, but I didn't sign up for the first ones on accident. So here we go. So here's my scouting for Decem. So I looked through a lot of his types. I don't want to show everything, but I looked through all the types that he used and kind of just marked down the variants and how many times that he used them, just so I can try and find consistencies in like what he uses. So first we have Steel. He used 3 times. He uses like a Rocks. He used Rocks, Balloon Tread, or ST Bishop, Max Tech Scissor. Like, these are stuff I wrote down just to help me out if I do face them. Next we have Fairy. This is what I versed him in that other in one of the recordings. You won't see it right now, but I did verse him at one point, and I saw he was using Fairy. Like, literally, I mean, I literally versed him yesterday, and he was using this. So this wasn't in any of his replays, though. Next we have Ground. I'm pretty sure he uses more than this amount of times, but I don't think I numbered it correctly, at least on Ground at least. So he had like Life Orb, Excadrill. I know he versed Voodoo on the ladder, and he had like Rock Slide, Landorus, Eject Button, Hippowdon. Flying, he used a ton of flying. This man is like this and Ghost. He just uses so much, and it's the same variant. So he has HO Flying with it's basically Smubbed variant that he posted at one time. I didn't ever see what the Lando set was because I didn't really feel like looking through 10 replays of Flying. I just kind of clicked over it to see if it was the same team, but it should be DD, Rockium Z, Landorus, Bandit D Knight, Tautomai, Celesteela, and like Zard, Defog, Zard Y, whatever. I know he runs Tailwind sometimes, so we gotta look out for that. Then he has like a Balanced Flying that I did verse him at one point for MLT, where I was actually at work too, and he was getting me really tight because he kept switching around. Because then I found out later he had like no Scarfer on the team, and he was just Rocks Landorus, and I was running like Specs Coco or something, so it was really annoying having to play around that. Next we have normal. I think it was Encore Power Punch, but he didn't ever show it in any of the games, but I saw that it never went for Fake Out. Bolt Beam Fire P2, he had a Ditto, and he was Lefty's Defensive Raptor. Psychic I only saw like once, and it was like Bantini, Scarf Latios supposed to be. Scarf Lottie, I'm assuming, because I didn't see it outspeed anything, but I saw that it did defog and then switched directly out. So I'm assuming Scarf, and he kind of needed a Scarf on the team, and I saw the team with Bandit, so that's what I assume. It was Mega Gardevoir as well, and Stallbreaker Mew. His Dragon, I've seen him use in ULC. It's like Calm Mind, Mega Lottie, and he has Spike Strigalgy, Tank Chop, Scarf Lottie, Bandy Knight, and Life Orb 3 attacks cure him with Roost, if I'm not mistaken. Ghost, oh my god, Ghost and Flying, this guy spams a ridiculous amount. It's the same team. This team mostly. I think it's Sash Hoopa, though it might be like some other item or something that I might not know, because I know he switches the items and tests other things. So Sash Hoopa, Ghost CMZ, Mimikyu, Mega Sableye, Eject Button, Cofagrigus. I don't know if he uses this every time, but I saw him go into Cofagrigus and pop the Eject Button. So that's something to note. This team I only saw him use like a few times, like maybe 2 times. I know it's Sash Golurk plus Delmise, Ghost CMZ, Mimikyu, and Mega Banette. Fire he only used like once, and it was just like a standard fire with like red card Torkoal, Balloon Tran, Banded Teeny, and Scarfave Zardex as well, which you usually see Zardex paired with Torkoal, but you do see Zarwai sometimes, but Zardex is generally better. And then I saw like one ice replay of that. So the types that I decided to bring was Ground, because he actually has 0 counters to Ground. His best checks are maybe Fairy, which I don't know if he's too comfortable bringing Fairy, especially because I just saw him use it, so I don't even know if we want to bring it. His his ghost has 0 switch-ins for ground type attacks. His steel doesn't have any checks for the. I'm gonna be bringing life orb Excadrill, so I'm not gonna have to worry about any balloons or anything like that because I can switch up moves. And yeah, like his flying, it loses to Mamoswine. So I felt like Bandit Superpower destroys normal, and I saw like in his replays versus like serious games, he would bring normal, flying, and ghosts generally when he's serious. So that's kind of what ground is like my beater. That's the type that beats all of his teams. Like if I'm probably gonna lead off with ground, but like if I'm up 1, right? Or say it's a game 3 scenario, I might just bring ground again because it's just so good versus a lot of his team. Next we have Dark. Dark is actually very solid versus a lot of his team. Scarf Grand is actually very good versus flying, and it beats like his Ghost and Dragon because he uses like Calm Mind, Mega Lottie, and you know I don't really care about that when I'm Dark and I have a T-Tar, so that would be really good versus him. Next, Stall Poison I kind of wanted to bring. I haven't brought Poison in a while, and I didn't really want to use like a more standard variant and lose to his Dragon, so I felt like bringing the Stall Poison that I brought in ULC. Well, that I didn't bring, but I think Batora had someone use it versus Attribute, and it dominated that Dragon. So I really wanted to bring Stall Poison. Hopefully I don't have to use it, and we just use Ground twice. That's probably what I'm going to end up doing, is use Ground once, and then maybe Ground Game 3 if it gets to that. So this is what I noticed in the replays, is that he's not that good of a player, and I'm not trying to like disrespect him, but he made a lot of weird plays that didn't make sense. Like he versed Voodoo, and he led off with Excadrill versus HO normal, and then Ironhead flinched the Smeargle rather than leading off with Hippowdon, get the guaranteed focus ash break, sacking maybe Hippowdon, because he does have eject button as well, so he doesn't even lose momentum by going into it to pop it, so he can let Hippowdon go to sleep and then pivot down to Excadrill and then, you know, Ironhead or whatever he wants to do. So he made some weird plays. Also, when I versed him yesterday, he didn't really play too well either, so you know, I'm not really expecting too much. So that's why I wrote this. Don't expect the best play at the like all the time. Just like play smart, honestly, just make smart decisions and I should be good to go. So my plan is just to get the right matchups, because that's more important versus him than actually like, he's not gonna play better than me. Like, I'm a better player than him, and I'm not trying to like sound cocky or anything, but that's what I saw in his replays, and I have versed him a lot, and I saw him in I versed him a decent amount of times, and I saw him in ULC. So like, I see he's not really the greatest. Like literally in ULC he switched out a +6 Dragonite versus I think it was Fire versus Fire, when he would have gotten like 4 kills guaranteed, but he switched out and then he couldn't set up later on, and then he ended up losing because of that, and literally throwing, I don't know if you call it throwing, but he definitely lost because he swapped out for no actual reason, rather than just staying in and getting like 3 guaranteed kills, because he was like +6 DD sub fly Dragonite, which got at least 3 kills, but he just chose to get like none. I think he got none because he got outstalled, because he let himself get outstalled. So that's the plan. So I'm recording this like what time is it? 4:23. I'm supposed to battle him at 8 p.m. So I'm recording this like 3.5 hours before I verse him. It's gonna go up like later today, I think, and the actual battle will go up probably tomorrow with the other video with the relearning monotype, because I already recorded those all in the same day. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time with the actual battle. Yeah, so yeah, see you later.